Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call today. If you'd just give us your thoughts on the season to date and on the upcoming matchup against Memphis, please.
We've had a great season. Our players have accomplished some things that haven't been done very often, if they've ever been done. I can't tell you how happy I am for these guys and the journey they've been on and all the work that they've put in to get to this point. But we're looking forward to one more. This game is the pinnacle of everything that's happened in the season this year, and I know we're playing another really good football team in this conference, and our guys had a great practice this morning trying to get ready.
We'll take questions for Coach Frost, please. *1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, then the operator will introduce you.
We'll go next to Shannon Green with Orlando Sentinel.
Scott, after the game on Friday, you mentioned that a lot of the players were cramping up, and you were going to look into that because you know your players are in shape. I'm just curious to know if you had an opportunity to talk to Mary and kind of see what you thought was going on in that game.
Yeah, I think it didn't have anything to do, looking back at it, I don't think it had much to do with anything we could have done much different. I think the conference kind of put us in a challenging position, playing a team that had a bye week 2 weeks earlier and then had a Thursday game and had extra time to prepare for us and extra time to rest, and we played an away game on a Saturday and then had to come home and play Friday. So we landed from Temple and had to go right back to work on Sunday with practice, and I don't think our kids had as much time to recover physically as they normally do. And, that was our 10th straight week of playing without a bye week. So I think it was just an accumulation, and they got 2 good full days off the last couple days, and we took it a little easier on them today in practice. So I don't expect us to have that problem again.
Also, just curious to know, whose idea was it to put the players' images on the decal of that helmet? And then also, do you guys have anything special planned for the conference championship, or are you saving that for the bowl game?
It was Rich Warner, our equipment guy's idea. We've been putting the area code where they're from on the front of their helmet for a while now, just so they can represent where they're from, and the kids love that. And Rich came to with the idea a while back, and I approved it. As a coach, sometimes you don't want things that highlight individuality and the individual. You want things to be about team. But I'll tell you, this team has never had a problem sacrificing for one another and keeping the team as their priority. So when you're coaching a team like that, it's easy to make a decision to let them highlight themselves a little bit.
So do you guys have something planned for the conference championship or saving it for the bowl game?
I think we're just planning to go out and play as well as we can in this one. I don't know how many tricks Rich has up his sleeve, but I know we'll look good, and we're trying to prepare so we play well.
Okay, thanks.
You bet.
We'll go next to Joe Reedy with the Associated Press.
Hey, Scott, I know you said after the game on Friday that you wanted to take a look at Memphis and that they changed a lot since you faced them last time. Just wondering what your initial impressions are and also what you've seen from Ferguson and Miller since you faced them last.
Well, those 2 are dynamic players. There's no question about it. 2 of the best players in our league and in the country. We played them early on. They suffered a bunch of injuries on defense, and I think they were playing some new guys, and all those guys have gotten more comfortable and are playing better. I think they're playing a little bit more man on defense and have changed up their scheme a little bit. Offensively, they're rolling. They're scoring a lot of points on everybody. So, they're a team that has run the table except for our game. And in our game, I think it would have been a close game had we not got some timely turnovers and some other breaks that really tipped it in our direction. So they're doing a great job there, and so is this outfit, and it's going to be a fun game to be a part of.
Okay, thanks, Scott.
Got it.
We'll go next to Chris Vanini with The Athletic.
Coach, this is really the 3rd time you will have game planned for Memphis this week after the cancellation in the previous game. Have you ever studied a team so much in one season?
I don't think so. I mean, you don't play people twice very often, much less have 3 chances. Now, it's always dangerous playing a team more than once because, you've showed your cards and they've shown their cards, and, you got to go back to the drawing board a little bit. I'm sure they're looking at that film, and we are too, and seeing what worked and what didn't. But we got to make sure that we're doing some fresh new things, and I'm sure they'll do the same. So it's an interesting dynamic, and we're approaching this one as if it's a game with a team that we haven't played before, and we're going to game plan with that in mind.
So do you still start from the beginning when looking over them, or does the familiarity allow you to focus more on some details and tweaks?
No, I think the one thing that both sides are going to know the other's personnel real well. But, I didn't want to just watch our last game and game plan off that. We watched the last 4 games that they've played and are trying to develop a new set of ideas and new things. And we'll probably go back and look at our game before the week's over and in a little more detail and see if there's anything that we think we're missing or we want to add. But, every team evolves over the course of the season, and I think they've definitely changed some things up. So we need to prepare for who they are now.
Thank you.
We'll go next to Mark Giannotto with the Memphis Commercial Appeal.
My question was just asked. You can go on to someone else. Thank you.
We'll go next to Andrea Adelson with ESPN.com.
Scott, I know you've been asked a lot about whether you thought this would be possible in the short time span that it's been since you took the job, and I was hoping you could rewind for a second. You had other opportunities before you took the UCF job. What did you see about UCF that convinced you this was a place for you?
I'm not one that wants to talk about a lot of other opportunities. This is the one I wanted, and all the reasons that I thought I wanted this job at UCF. When I got here, I realized that those things were even better than what I expected. This place is unbelievable. This campus is growing. It's a beautiful city. There's talent all over down here. This is an unbelievable place to live, an unbelievable job, and I feel great about the fact that we were able to get this thing turned around. That was our goal when we got here, is to get UCF back to a place where it was competing for conference championships. That's where it belongs, because this place is different and special, and I don't see any reason that we can't compete for national or for conference championships every year going forward and have a roster similar to what we have this year. And I'm grateful to the coaching staff and the players that are here for helping us get it done as fast as we have. I don't know if I even thought it was possible. I'm pretty sure I didn't think it was possible that it could get turned around this fast, but a lot of people did a lot of good things to get it here.
Thanks.
We'll go next to Trace. We'll go next to Trace Trocco with Nightline.
Coach, first question. After Friday's game, you said you saw some broken coverages. As you look back on it, what do you think is correctable in the secondary this week?
Well, a lot of the big plays were correctable. We missed a tackle on a bubble that should have been no yards, and it was a long touchdown. We didn't get over the top on a trap coverage with a safety. That was a big play. We passed off a receiver to a linebacker late in the game and double teamed someone else, and those are communication things and scheme things that shouldn't happen, and we got them fixed. Now, a lot of the things against a player like Quentin Flowers are going to happen like that, because when he can buy extra time and move around, it's hard to hold coverage for a long time, and some of the plays were a result of our mistakes, and a lot of them were a result of them having really good players. But we need to make sure we don't do those things, and it's hard to believe we got 7 sacks on a guy that had only been sacked 14 times all year, and he still had the kind of night he did. So we did some good things. I think in every phase we played really well at times and not very well at other times, and made enough plays to win. We're going to work like we do every week to try to correct the things that made us not play well at times.
Also, a lot of rumors swirling around you. Will you bat those down and confirm you'll be back at UCF in 2018?
I'm just not going to talk. All I want to talk about is this football team. I've said this a bunch of times, but these guys have given me everything that I've asked of them, and bled and sweat for me, and my focus on this football team.
Coach, thanks so much for your time today. We look forward to seeing you in Orlando this week.
You got it.